friends, Jen Cascell here. I am back with a design team project share and tutorial for Scrap Diva designs. Before we get started, here is the website and all of the info on the back. Make sure to use that hashtag Scrap Diva designs for some amazing inspiration. And as always, if I've inspired you in any way, please feel free to use my coupon code JEN10 for 10% off your purchase at the shop. I super appreciate everyone who uses my coupon code and affiliate link. I do get a small kickback and it helps me continue to create free content for you guys. So today we are going to be focusing on this cute little pencil holder that I created. I did some fun pin flags for the top, so cute. I used a bunch of dies for this. So first and foremost, let's go over the dies from the new release. I used school words. Let me see. For the first day of school, I used school from School Words 2, and then the best student comes from School Words 1, and then the first day of is part of School Words 3. So super, super cute. Let's take a closer look. So I did one of my favorite dies. This is the pin flag die set. I'm not sure if it's in stock right now. I will check, and if it is, I will link it in the description box, along with all of the other dies that I used. I also used the Fringe Star bundle to create the stitch stars in the back. And then I just popped it on a straw with some added pom-poms to it. And then for this one, I did this one a little shorter, the best student with a whole bunch of the stitch stars in the background. And then I also used, this is the lace border bow that's out this month as well. So stinking cute. Okay, I love those sentiments because they're nice and small. You can use them for like these tiny little projects like this. So stinking cute. So I also pulled out the school bus die set. Now this is an older one. This was actually probably one of like, I don't know, maybe the first or second time that I got Scrap Diva dies. I don't even think I was fully on her design team. I was guest designing for her at the time. So this is an older die, but it is in stock. I did check. It's super cute. I mean, look at it in the yellow and pink. Adorable. So I did some really cool holographic cardstock. So I used some fun pattern paper to cover my pencil holder. Really, really cute. So if you're interested in a tutorial, stay tuned. First, I have cut a piece of cardstock to 10 3/8 by 3. I'm going to walk you through scoring it. So grab your scoring board and start on the long side. You're going to do a 1/2 inch, and then you're going to do 3 3/4 of an inch. Do a quarter turn and do a 1/2 inch. Another quarter turn and do a 1/2 inch, and once again 3 3/4, and then one more quarter turn at a 1/2 of it. All right, so I've used my bone folder and folded inward on all of my score lines. Grab your scissors and let's make some tabs. I'm just going through this side and then add a little clearance at each of your intersections. Same thing with this side. This is what you should have at this point, and now I'm going to add my pattern paper. I just used an 1/8 of an inch margin on each side. or so it's a 1/16 of an inch. So I have my pattern paper on. Make sure that you fold your tabs inward just to give it a little added sturdiness, and then put your pattern paper on top of that. So for the structure of the box, you are going to need this school bus mini album. So starting with this one right here, I have cut this 4 times. You're going to glue two together. I've already done this one. Let's work on this one here. And you don't need to worry about the holes on the side. We're actually going to be cutting those off. Once they're adhered, grab your scissors and cut right along that. Repeat with the other two so that you have these two. I've also cut 2 of the interior pieces in this stitched pattern right here. So I did that in the same pink polka dot. And I've also cut this here. So when I cut this, as you can see, I just used some mint tape to attach the window pieces. I wanted this to cut as one solid piece instead of adhering the squares directly on top of the pattern paper. And as you can see in this one right here, which is actually going to be the front of my box, I have done that with the yellow cardstock. And then I've also cut, this is your layering piece for the front. And then I had some headlamps here, and I just cut these out of that same pink paper just for a little added decoration. I used the school bus, which I must have left over at my die cutting machine, sorry, but it does have a really cool embossed image to it. And then I did the bumper as well. So for the front, what I did is cut 2 rectangles, and then I used the same technique that I did with the windows here to cut the grill. So I just did a pink rectangle and then ran it through with this on top to do one solid piece. And then I have some holographic cardstock in the back for the grill. And then I layered it up with some foamies to give everything a super simple, clean, cute look. I really like that. So I am going to add this pattern paper. You know, I think I am going to add some vellum. So I'm going to add my vellum, and I'm just going to give it an approximate. I'm not actually going to measure this. That looks about good. I'll just trim it by a hair. Okay. And then add, since you're not going to see any of this, I'm just going to use my Barely Art. Now I'm going to add it to the pink base. And for this one, I'm just going to glue it directly. I'm not adding foamies to this. You could, but this is just the back of mine. Now we're going to focus on our interior pieces. Once again, grab your scissors and you're just going to cut downward, just like that. Same thing with this one, line it up and cut downward. You're going to do that to both of them. Okay, so I went ahead and added the sides to the interior of my school bus. Now I'm going to flip it over and using some of my Barely Art glue, just adhere these panels onto your bus. Just kind of eye it up as best you can. Okay. Once again, add a little glue and just try to line it up as best you can. Okay, once you have those on, you can start doing up the sides of your box. And you can just line it up right with these edges right here. And then go ahead and slide in your pattern paper. Then repeat on this side. Okay, we have this at this point. Now I can just go ahead and add my school bus to the front. Yeah. Too cute, right? So fun. And then once again, we have these cute little flags using the new school word die sets from the June release. So stinking cute. Pin flag embellishments. Love these. So cute. So thank you again for watching. Once again, if you want to head on over to Scrap Diva Designs, I will link everything in the description box. Once again, her site, all of the info. Go ahead and use my coupon code JEN10 for 10% off your purchase at the shop. And if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more crafty content. I'll see you in the next crafty video. Bye.